The sewing methods of the head, body, arms and legs for each panda are the same. Here, the lesser panda is used for demonstration. Take out the crocheted body and head. Add stuffing inside the body. Sew the body to the bottom of the head on rounds 7 to 14. First, find the approximate position. This is directly below the head. First, sew the yarn end into the fabric. Then, pass it to the other side. Confirm if it is directly below. Then pass it through. Secure both sides of the body first. Next, first find round 7. This is the first round. Second round. Third round. Fourth round. Fifth round. Sixth round. The next round is the 7th round. Insert the needle above the 7th round. Pull it out from here. Tighten and then secure the front end. Then pass it to the back of the fabric. Next, find the 14th round. Round 1. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Round 5. 6th round. Round 7. Round 8. Round 9. Round 10. Round 11. Round 12. Round 13. Round 14. Pull through from above round 14. Secure a point. Then tighten the yarn. After securing the 4 points, according to the curvature of the last round of the body, sew correspondingly onto the head. The head and body are sewn together. Weave the yarn end back and forth through the fabric a few times. Then cut the yarn. The head and body are now sewn together. Next, sew the arms. Add stuffing to the arms first. Sew the arms onto the sides of the body between rounds 14 to 16. First, find round 14. This is the first round. Second round. Third round. Fourth round. Fifth round. Sixth round. Round 7. Round 8. Round 9. Round 10. Round 11. Round 12. Round 13. Round 14. Insert the needle below round 14. This is round 14. Rounds 15 and 16. Pull through, securing both ends of the arm. Then secure the front. Once the general position of the arm is fixed, sew it onto the body following the curve of the arm. Thread the yarn end back and forth inside the arm a few times. Break the yarn. One arm is now sewn. Refer to the sewing method of this arm to sew the other arm on the other side. Both arms are sewn. Next, sew the legs. Add stuffing cotton inside the legs. Sew the legs onto both sides of the bottom of the body. The two legs are spaced for stitches apart from the bottom. First, find the middle for stitches. Here are the middle for stitches. Insert the needle from the side here to sew the leg. Thread the sewing needle with the leg's yarn end. Insert the needle from here. Then weave to the side. This is the first round. Round 2. Rounds 3. Round 4. Round 5. Insert the needle above round 5. Secure both sides of the leg. After securing both ends, secure the other two ends. After securing the 4 points of the leg, proceed with detailed sewing. Follow the curve of the leg. Sew it onto the body. After sewing, weave the yarn end back and forth through the fabric a few times. Break the yarn. One leg is sewn. Refer to this leg sewing method. Insert the needle at the position with a 4-stitch interval. Sew the other leg. Both legs are sewn. At this point, the shared sewing parts for 2 pandas are completed. Next, sew the other parts of the lesser panda. Start by sewing the ears. So the ears between rounds 12 to 13 of the head. The two ears are spaced 6 stitches apart. First, find rounds 12 to 13. First round. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Round 5. Round 6. Round 7. Round 8. Round 9. Round 10. Round 11. So the ear between these two rounds. The two ears are spaced 6 stitches apart. Find the center position. This is right here. Then count 3 stitches to each side. First stitch, second stitch, third stitch. This is where the ear is sewn. First stitch, second stitch, third stitch, fourth stitch, fifth stitch, fifth stitch. This is where the other ear is sewn. This way the ears are symmetrical. If not symmetrical, adjust slightly. Start by sewing one ear. First, secure both ends of the ear. Then sew the ear correspondingly. After sewing, weave the yarn end back and forth through the fabric a few times. Break the yarn. One ear is sewn. Refer to this ear's sewing method. Sew the other ear on the other side. The two ears are symmetrical. Both ears are sewn. Next, embroider the patterns on the cheeks. The patterns are embroidered between rounds 7 and 8 on both sides of the head. First, find rounds 7 and 8. First round. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Fifth round. Sixth round. Round 7. Round 8. Embroider the cheek patterns in the middle of these two rounds. Insert the needle from any position. Come out between rounds 7 and 8. 1 stitch below the eye spans to stitches. Then embroider 1 stitch above. Then pass through 1 stitch. The pattern on one cheek is embroidered. Pass to the other side. Bring the two yarn ends out from the same position. Tie the two yarn ends into a knot. Cut off the two yarn ends. Tuck the yarn ends into the fabric. The patterns on the cheeks are embroidered. Next, take out the white yarn to embroider the eyebrows. The eyebrows are embroidered between the 7th and 8th rounds on the top of the head. First round, second round, third round, fifth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, round 8. The position between these two rounds. First, find the exact middle position. There is a 7-stitch gap between the two eyebrows. This is the exact middle. Count 3 stitches to the side. Insert the needle from any position. Span 1 stitch. Pass to the other side. After sewing, pull both yarn ends out from the same position. Trim the 2 yarn ends a bit shorter. Tie the 2 yarn ends into a knot. Break the yarn. Tuck the yarn ends into the fabric. The eyebrows are embroidered. Next, take out the coffee-colored yarn to embroider patterns on the ears. Insert the needle from any position. Pull it to the front of the ear. Sew a triangular pattern. After sewing, pull it to the other ear. Pull both yarn ends through the same spot. Tie the 2 yarn ends into a knot. Break the yarn. Insert the yarn end into the fabric. The patterns on the lesser panda's ears are embroidered. Next, take the coffee yarn to embroider the nose. Separate the strands from the coffee yarn. You can separate them one by one. Thread the yarn end into a small sewing needle. Embroider an inverted triangle nose. Insert the needle at any position between the first and second rounds. Pull it out from the middle of the first round. After sewing, pull both yarn ends through the same spot. Tie the two yarn ends into a knot. Cut the yarn end. Cut the yarn ends into the fabric. The nose is completed. Thread the single strand of yarn you just separated into the sewing needle. Insert this thin sewing needle at any position. Pull out from below the nose. Skip around. Then embroider the mouth. After sewing, pull both yarn ends out from the same position. Tie a knot with the two yarn ends. And now this embroidered. It might not be very clear here. I'll show you with the actual color. Take out the pink yarn from the material kit. Pull out one strand. Thread it into the thin sewing needle. Embroider the tongue on the second round, below the mouth. Insert the needle from any position. After embroidering, pull the two yarn ends out from the same position. Tie the two yarn ends into a knot. The tongue is completed. Next, take out the yarn of the same color as the head. Create eye sockets. Insert the needle from any position. Pull through from the side of the eye. Pull to the other side. Tighten the yarn slightly. Tie the 2 yarn ends into a knot. The eye sockets are completed. Take out the white yarn. Here, use this color yarn for demonstration. Separate one strand. Thread the sewing needle. Embroider the eyeliners on the eye. Insert the needle from any position. Tie a knot at the yarn end. Break the yarn. The eyeliners are embroidered. Take out the white yarn. Separate one strand. Thread the sewing needle. Insert the needle from any position. Embroider the toes in the left half stitch on round 2 of the legs. Pass the needle back and forth. Embroider a few more times. This counts as one. Move to the next stitch and continue embroidering. Then move to the next stitch. Move to the side. Cut off the 2 yarn ends. The toes on one leg are embroidered. Embroider the other side's toes in the same way. This is what it looks like after the toes of both legs are embroidered. Take out the yarn on separate one strand. Thread it into the thin sewing needle. Embroider the palm and fingers on the arms. Insert the needle from any position. On the second round, then move to the adjacent stitch. After the fingers are embroidered, embroider the palm on the round below it. Horizontal stitching. After sewing, pull the yarn in through. Cut off. One side is completed. Do the same on the other side. This is how it looks after both sides are done. Next, sew the tail. Sew the tail on the back of the body between rounds 7 to 8. Insert the needle in the middle of these two rounds. Pull through. Secure both sides. Pull to the other side. After sewing, hide the yarn end. Break the yarn. The lesser panda's tail is sewn. A lesser panda is completed. This is what the lesser panda looks like using the corresponding color yarns.